Okay, well, in this video I want to show my 2001 Matt Kenseth 164 collection. If you recall, 2001 was a really traumatic and actually I think it turned out to be an exciting NASCAR season with the Daytona 500 and Dale Earnhardt passing away in the crash that he had. But in that race, Matt was able to celebrate, at least at the beginning of the race, by driving the Rookie of the Year car. And so this is that car. It's basically what I have is a Team Caliber Owner Series car. And actually, as I'm looking at it, I don't see the hood pins dotted with aluminum, so I actually brought up some of my paints to do a little touch-up as needed, and I might as well do that right now. So yeah, Daytona 500, Matt drove this car, and very sharp looking Team Caliber Owner Series car. I don't do a whole lot. Some of the little dots that I see on some of the older cars are really huge. Don't need them. Don't need them to be that big. So I just kind of do that. And then the back here, it's funny. That's already got silver on it, or aluminum, whatever you call it, whatever you want to put on it. And that's got it on there, but the hood pins were missing for some reason. Okay, but that's that car. I was going to say I'm pretty excited. Today's August 7th. It's my birthday this weekend. NASCAR is driving races at Michigan tomorrow, and also on Sunday. So you get a back-to-back doubleheader at Michigan. There's some guys at the church we go to. We're going to get together tonight, play some softball. So yeah, it's kind of an exciting weekend for me. I'm looking forward to it, and just enjoying life. I mean, all this COVID-19 crap that's going on. In spite of it all, just trying to enjoy as much as I can and as best as I can. And so yeah, it's going to be a good day, good weekend. So this was his regular 2001 paint scheme. And what's interesting about this is there's some silver along here. Kind of goes around the car. All the way around. And yeah, it's basic Team Caliber Owner Series car. His regular paint scheme. This looks like a little smudge on the hood there. Pretty easy to get a hold of. These were pretty expensive back in the day. I think they were like, I saw like, $14, $15 for these cars. They're super high quality. Hood open, trunk open. Look at this detail on the inside. These are just crazy detailed, almost like a 124 scale car. But I don't know, collectors, weren't interested in paying that much, or they just wanted to, trim their costs. They stopped making them after 2004. So, but these cars are ready to go. Now, as the year went on, 2001, DeWalt started doing some really, really different things. So you got your basic Rookie of the Year and your basic car. But then they started doing some things with showing their products. So I call this the new products car. So this was the saw blade on the hood, the circular saw blade over the hood, and then they had the different tools on the side. You know, this is your drill. You've got your nail gun on the trunk, and then another drill over there. And so I printed these decals myself. If you can tell, they're not the best quality, obviously. And it looks like it's my DeWalt on the back is kind of chipped a little bit. On the D, that's unfortunate. But, you know, this is not a car you're going to find anywhere. I don't think I've ever seen this car anywhere else. So yeah, this is a really rare piece. So I call this the Saw Blades New Products car. I'll have to look up and see exactly which races he drove this in. But I basically had a yellow car, and then I have, you know, kind of black along the sides. Kind of hand painted it myself, and then used some decals. So, yeah. And then the infamous flag car. Wow, what a find when I got these decals. I originally got these decals. There was a question in one of my other videos from hocustoms.com, and this guy by the name of Craig Covingo. I'm not sure how you pronounce his name. But then Pato released these decals a couple of years ago. But yeah, this is the hood open, trunk open flag car that he drove after, of course, the 9/11 tragedy that took place September 11th. And then they had an off week. They wouldn't race that weekend, the following weekend, and then they raced at Dover. I don't know if it was the next week or the week after, but this was the car that he drove with the patriotic flags on the back. They call it the flag car, the 9/11 car, patriotic car. What I like is pretty cool is on the back it says, "God bless America." Don't we need that today? Don't we need that today? We need more of God, not less of God, from my experience. You get less of God, your country starts to go downhill into a humanistic, very primal condition. So, anyways, off of the soapbox there, but that's that's a super rare car, that 911 car. Now, after 9/11 and after that Dover race, it's interesting to note that there were some changes to the DeWalt car. So I call this the post 9/11 with the U.S. flag on the trunk. So I think I remember this specifically was, I think, at like Indianapolis, and it might have been another race or two. But they drove, or DeWalt had just back to the regular paint scheme. But instead of guaranteed tough on the trunk lid, they had the American flag. And that was for many races after the 9/11 events and after the Dover race. So basically I took a regular Matt Kenseth car and painted the black over the guaranteed tough, and then I put an American flag on there. Turned out pretty good. So that's that particular car. Before I get to that one, you may recognize this box. This is the AT&T DeWalt Racing box that this particular car comes in. So this car, Matt drove this combination scheme from, with AT&T coming on board as a sponsor. They decided to, run this paint scheme in 3 different races at Sonoma first, and then Daytona and Chicago that year. And this was a really, really rare car. And what's interesting about it was they released, Team Caliber released a handful of these. I don't even know how many, not very many, that came out in this little box here. And so, what's weird about it is a couple things. So it's got the blacked out windshield and glass. It's not clear, so that's kind of odd. The other thing I found is rarely do these cars come with these sponsors here on the front fender, but this one does. I touched up the hood pins and the underneath, so that's all done, and this one's ready to go. So that's a really rare car, or at least it was really rare and hard to find. With eBay, you can find this car a number of different places, but yeah, that's the one I have for my collection. And then, right towards the end of the season, at Atlanta, I think the second to last race of the season, Matt drove this DeWalt PBR, professional bull riders car. And so it's got this special logo, PBR logo, World Challenge November 5th on NBC Sports on the hood, and everything else is pretty much the same. Like I said, he continued to drive with the American flag on the trunk that year. And so yeah, I took a regular car, painted the hood black, put the decal on the back, and then added this M-Glow logo that goes here that you see on this 2001 flag car. You see M-Glow there, and here it's gold over the black, so that went on that car. But yeah, Team Caliber Owner Series, sharp looking car. So that's all I have for the Cup Series. Is really just these 7 cars for the Cup Series, with DeWalt basically carrying the torch for Kenseth sponsorship. Now in the Busch Series, he wasn't driving the Ford, he was driving the Chevy still, sponsored by Visine. And so I have a few of those cars. The Visine, car can, is available as a Team Caliber Owner Series, and also as, just a regular car that you can get, one of the cheaper ones. But yeah, this is basically what his car looked like. Looks like it's a little dusty on the back here. Dust will accumulate a lot of different places, but it usually shows up here on the trunk. I like to use this brush to clean it off. I don't think I've really done anything with this car. It's pretty much as is. Right out of the box from Team Caliber. But yeah, this is a pretty sharp car. I really like these Team Caliber Owner Series cars. I don't know if does this one come off? I don't know. Maybe some of these, when I was working with them, I would get some JB Weld and I would actually close them up for good so you couldn't open them up. I mean, you can still open the hood and the trunk, but you couldn't lift the body off of the the top of the car off of the body. But yeah, so that's his standard Visine blue car. Then check this out, the Visine A. So HO Customs had this set of decals available, and here I made one with the Visine A. Now this was a really special car when I made it, because Pato didn't offer the decals, the Visine A decals. Well, now he offers them. But what I did with this one, it's kind of hard to tell, or at least what I tried to do with this one, was if you look at the cars that he drove, you can just look at this blue one real quick. It's a little lighter blue, and it kind of transitions into a darker blue as you go towards the back, ever so slightly. And the green does it too. And so I tried to do that. I had a couple different shades of green. So I don't know if you can tell that, but this is a little bit lighter. And as you go to the back, it's a little bit darker, ever so slightly. And then of course the roof is white. But this is a really rare car. My plan is to, and you can see the decals aren't the best. But my plan is, now that Pato is offering these decals, my plan is to make some more, and he actually has some that have different sponsorship on the trunk lid, and I think even on the sides here where it says Cortisone Bengay, he has some different sponsors for some very specific races, and so I want to get those and I want to make them. And but yeah, this is a really rare car. For some reason, it doesn't sit very well on the base. I don't know why that's the case, but yeah, it just doesn't. I don't know why it does that, but it's possible I have a base from a different car than the base that this actually came from. So, but anyways, I've never seen another 164 car with this Visine A on it. I think it was like 3 races that he drove in 2001 with this green paint scheme. So that's a really rare car. But it won't be rare when I make some more of them with Pato's decals. And then we have the last one that I have from 2001 is the United We Stand. So just like in the Cup Series, the Busch Series had some special paint schemes right after 9/11, and this is what Visine and Matt and his race team did. Was they had the hood where it says United We Stand, and this ribbon, I think this is like a support our troops ribbon, and that basically is the hood, and then on the trunk you've got the American flag, and that's pretty much it. I think that's really the only difference between these two cars, is the hood and the trunk. And so again, I just took one of these Team Caliber Owner Series cars, painted the trunk, and I think these are my own decals. Pato now offers this this decal set, and I applied it myself and did that. So get this any day. You know, this is available all over the place. This obviously is not. So yeah, it's nice to have these rare cars in my collection. It's a little dusty over here. I'll have to clean these up before I ship them off. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. I think I am good with sending this set to the Matt Kenseth family. I've got all of this stuff ready to go. Like I said, I do want to make another green one, but I can send what I have and then send another green one when I make it. But yeah, so I've got the 7 cars, 2001, the 3 for the Busch Series, and yeah, that's it for 2001. Just a little update. I went ahead and detailed and finished the 2002 set. I had a few that I needed to add some secondary sponsors on and some fender decals on, so I did that, and did a little touch up with some of my paints that I brought up from the basement. So so these are pretty much ready to go. All right, guys, that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoy the races this weekend in Michigan, and have a wonderful day. God bless. Take care of yourself.